I going to be in this? Okay, no. Bro.
So what are you going to do now? Go back to the KGB?
What do you want me to do?
Did you ever think about coming back to America?
I can't go back. I've left America behind me.
But you saved this country.
I didn't do it alone.
And I still owe you a dinner.
Is that part of your mission too? Or is it another?
Why is it so loud?
Or is it an invitation? Or a proposal? I don't take orders from anyone now.
Oh, God. Look away, kids. Did they redo this too? I don't think so. No, I think this is the same. Yeah. Well. He got messed up.
Scholars tell us that the first spy in history was the snake in the book of Genesis. In that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake in the Garden of Eden. But this time around, it was I who tempted the snake and got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Forgive me, snake.
Damn. Look at that technology.
Good morning, Snake.
Technology.
I hope you slept well.
Technology.
First of all, I have to apologize. I wasn't sent by Khrushchev.
Of course not.
I'm not a KGB spy, and I never worked for the NSA.
Of course you didn't.
I'm an agent of the People's Republic of China for the General HQ 2nd Department of the People's Liberation Army. It was all a lie. I tricked you. And I'm sorry. The philosophers still exist in China, too. You see, my mission was to find out where Volgan was hiding the philosopher's legacy and steal it. So I infiltrated his base as a KGB spy. The 2 NSA codebreakers who defected in 1960 were actually both men. The real Adam never showed up at the meeting place, saving me the trouble of having to eliminate him. I sneaked in by pretending I was Eva. And you and Sokolov and Volgin, you all believed me. The philosopher's legacy was originally held in common between the US, Soviet Union, and China. We couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take it all for themselves. The Chinese government had its eye on the legacy too. I got the film containing the legacy, and also the nuclear missile launch data from the Shagohod. 5 years ago, the Soviet Union stopped supplying us with nuclear weapons technology. Since then, China's Liaodong easing, hydrogen bomb, and space rocket projects have fallen behind. But with this data, our country will be able to develop its own nukes. We'll create a deterrent force to rival those of the US and Soviet Union. Everything has gone according to plan, thanks to your help. I too am one of the philosophers. I'm an agent of the philosophers, a graduate of one of their charm schools. I was raised in a joint US-Soviet-Chinese facility to become a sleeper agent. This was before the war. Back then, they were collecting children from all over the world. As a result, I'm indistinguishable from a native-born American. So it didn't surprise me when you and Volgin couldn't tell the difference. But she knew right from the beginning. She knew because before the war, she was at one of the philosopher's schools too, as an instructor. The boss was the only one I couldn't fool. She was the only one who knew I was a fake. She told me everything. Why did she open her heart to me like that? At the time, I couldn't understand it. But now, I think I do. Snake. She wanted you to know the truth. She chose me to tell you. That's why she saved my life. I've lied to you so many times, but not this time. My orders from the government were to obtain the legacy and to eliminate everyone who knew the truth about what happened. In other words, I'm supposed to kill you. But I can't do it. Not because we loved each other. And not because you saved my life. But because I made a promise to the boss. And I intend to keep it. I just wanted you to know. And you have to live.
That's what Naomi would say. And just like that, she's gone. This mission will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Snake, listen to me.
Here we go.
She didn't betray the United States.
Here's the debriefing.
No. Far from it. She was a hero who died for her country.
Let's get myself out of
Carried out her
here
mission knowing full well what was going to happen.
so we can immerse ourselves.
Self-sacrifice. Because that was her duty.
You are above even the boss. I hereby award you the title of Big Boss. You are a true patriot.
sneaking missions for us. A man who combines the qualities of a soldier and an agent.
The boss's defection was a ruse set up by the US government. It was all a big drama staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the philosopher's legacy. And the boss was the star of the show. They planned it so that they could get the legacy that Colonel Volgin inherited and destroy the Shagohod at the same time. Only a legendary hero like the boss could have earned Volgin's trust. Finding out where the philosopher's legacy was hidden was to be her greatest mission. Everything was going according to plan. But then something happened that no one could have predicted. Colonel Volgin fired an American-made nuclear warhead at Sokolov's research facility. Khrushchev demanded that the US government provide proof that it wasn't involved. They couldn't just abort the operation to steal the legacy. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove its innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss, and that one of their own would have to do the job. The public couldn't be allowed to find out about it, not ever. This, they concluded, would be the best way to keep the whole thing under wraps. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive, and she wouldn't be allowed to kill herself. Her life would be ended by her most beloved disciple. That was the way the government wanted it. That was the mission she was given, and she had no choice but to carry it out. Her death at your hands was a duty she had to fulfill. Out of duty, she turned her back on her own comrades. A lesser woman would have been crushed by such a burden. The taint of disgrace will follow her to her grave. Future generations will revile her. In America as a despicable traitor with no sense of honor. And in Russia as a monster who unleashed a nuclear catastrophe. She will go down in official history as a war criminal. And no one will ever understand her. That was her final mission. And like a true soldier, she saw it through to the end. But I think she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth. She wanted to live on in your memory. Not as a soldier, but as a woman. But she was forbidden to tell you herself. And that's why she told me. Snake, history will never know what she did. No one will ever learn the truth. Her story, her debriefing, will endure only in your heart. Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot.
Ooh, shit. Damn, we did it. We did it. We made it to the end. Oh. Let's turn this down a little bit because I'm going to get copyrighted. Wow. They got subtitles for the music. What the hell? Okay. So, having completed Metal Gear Solid Delta, I have some likes and some dislikes. What the hell, Jesse Corti? Hang on. So, yes, I like the gameplay improvements. God dang it. Yes, I like the gameplay improvements. Yes, I like the graphical update. Yes, I am happy that we're getting some kind of Metal Gear Solid thing in modern times. And yes, I'm happy that the presentation was actually really great. It's actually great. The things I don't know. That's all I can say about the positives. The negatives that stand out right off the bat, optimization is poor. Like, let's face it, optimization is really poor. While the graphics are updated and they look amazing, there are some textures that they look awful. Like, for instance, the water effects. Like, what the hell? The hell was that? Especially when the wig taking off from the lake, you can see, like, I don't know what was going on with the water, but it was all pixelated, all in around the wig, and I'm like, what? Why couldn't we optimize that? Others are the stutters, man. There's some stutters all throughout the game. Noticeably, the final scene with Ocelot and Snake when they're fighting. I think that it's supposed to be their clothing flapping because of the wind, but it just looks like they're just twitching. But I don't know. That's just me. So what else? The entirety of Snake Eater story is intact, which is a good thing. Because I feel like if they tried to change some stuff, I don't know. I would be open to the change, but I know a lot of people would not be open to the change. So they played it safe with the story. More or less, right? Okay, what else? What else can I say about this game? Normally, after finishing this and after experiencing everything, this game would be an 8 out of 10 for me. Like I said, the graphics are great. The gameplay is updated to modern standards. And there's not really a hindrance on gameplay. The ability to change button layouts, that was a good touch, because I cannot press triangle to roll, nah, and then press X for the action. X is the new action button. No, switch that shit. I'm happy that they included that, because once I did that, once I changed it, the game felt good again. So, yeah. Normally I would give this game an 8 out of 10, However, the story being intact from the original Snake Eater is both a blessing and a curse, right? Because although the story is intact, which a lot of fans are happy about, on the other hand, it's basically just the same game that we got 21 years ago, just with just a fresh coat of paint on it, right? So I've been saying it about the games like this, where they're considered a remake, but they're not actually remaking it from the ground up. They're just updating the graphics and then updating the gameplay. That's not necessarily a remake then. It's just making everything look pretty. So the term remakester comes back to the forefront for me, because they did that with Last of Us Part 1. They did that with, oh my gosh, what is it? Shadow of the Colossus, right? I'm not sure if they did that with Demon Souls, because I never played the original Demon Souls. So Demon Souls remake, from my understanding and from what I've experienced, is a remake, not a remakester. But stuff like Last of Us Part 2, Last of Us Part 1, Shadow of the Colossus, and these are remakesters. A remaster. Oh shit.
Yes, Grozny Grad and the Granin Research Facility have both been wiped out without a trace. I understand, sir, but they were necessary sacrifices. Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves. I believe the White House will be satisfied. Khrushchev is finished. Your time has finally arrived. Yes, the American president is relying on us to keep a lid on the whole affair. We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations. Yes, Chief Director, of course. I'll keep the KGB informed. Yes, it's me. The boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us, in America's hands. With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived. The film we handed the Chinese was a fake. Peking must be in an uproar right about now. I'm afraid so. Only half the money has made it back to the United States. The KGB must still have part of the legacy. Yes, the weapon has been reduced to ashes. That's right. Grozny Grad has been obliterated by the Davy Crockett we brought in as well. Yes, that was the boss's work too. Speaking of which, I've obtained something from Granin that you might find interesting. It's a revolutionary new nuclear attack system. Perhaps it might just come in handy someday.
What could that be?
Yes, we have Snake to thank for that. Khrushchev believed it as well. Yes, they bought our story. I don't think they'll be making a fuss. The secondary alert has been lifted as well. And the Soviets still haven't discovered my true identity. They have no idea that I've been triple-crossing them. I will continue my activities as a contact for the new government. Yes, it appears that no one knew that I was Adam. course. I'm always at the CIA's disposal, Mr. Director.
Yeah, I can do that too. Your title is Tsuchinoko. Yes. Cool. I did it. I did it. 12 hours, damn. Save 8 times. I killed 32 people. Didn't feel like it. But yeah. So I forgot what I was talking about when Ocelot started talking. But yeah, overall, I would give this an 8 out of 10. If it weren't for the story being the same thing, when this is basically just the same game with a fresh coat of paint. So that actually brings it down to, and part of some of the graphical problems and optimizations as well. That brings it down to a 7 for me. So this was still a great experience. It was still a good experience. It was great to revisit the story of Snake Eater with a fresh coat of paint. But since it is the same story, I knew what to expect. You know what I mean? But it was still okay. It was still fun. But yeah, that's all I have to say right now. If anything else comes up later on, I will probably make a video about it. If not, then I will just end it here. I don't know if I want, or I can't decide whether or not I want to do another stream to go after the collectibles. We'll see in the future if I decide to do that. But until then, that's going to do it for me today. We finally finished Metal Gear Solid Delta, and we got the Tsuchinoko. What else did we get? Oh my god, my controller is dead again. New item obtained: single action army, and the Patriot, and the camera, green face paint, the brown face paint. Hey, what are you trying to say? And the infinity face paint. This is why I wanted the Tsuchinoko, because finish the game with the Tsuchinoko, you get the infinity face paint. Oh, I got the tuxedo. Banana camo. DMP. Okay. National flags. Mummy camo. I think this one's a new one. I've never seen this one. Grenade camo. I think that's old. Unlocked reward camo. Obtain clear reward camos. 18 types. What the shit? Demo theater. Secret theater. Unlock Guy Savage Delta. Unlock character viewer. Yes, I would like to save. Cool. Oh, wow. And then the music plays. Okay. So, anyway, that is going to do it for me today. Let's get that going. I do not know when the next time I will be back. If anything, I will be back sometime next week. I will be uploading sections of this game to YouTube to have a little series. I did the same for Gears of War. The entirety of that, minus part 1, is up on YouTube now. And I'll do the same for Metal Gear Solid Delta. So yeah, be on the lookout for those. Everybody watching on Twitch, watching the VODs on Twitch, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, consider subscribing to the channel. And on the YouTube side of things, everybody watching the VODs and the videos on YouTube, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if you've played Metal Gear Solid Delta, if you haven't played it, and or what is your favorite Metal Gear Solid game. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I will see you guys next time, whenever that may be. I'm out. See you later. I'm hungry. Good night.